Testing. Seems like, okay, it's about to go live and we have a couple seconds before it starts. So I think we are, well, actually we might be online, and I think we already are online, so congrats. We're now streaming live on YouTube. Hey guys, welcome to today's stream, and I hope you can hear us well, you can see us well, and let us know if you know there's some tech issues with the audio, with the video. Just let us know. We want to make sure that you can see the screen, that you can see us, which is not that, you know, like such a crucial point, but anyway. So, hi guys, let us introduce ourselves like very quickly, very briefly. I'm Alex, this is Irene, and Irene, could you tell a couple words about why we're here all together streaming on YouTube today?
Hey guys, sorry for being a little late. We had some tech issues, but
As
finally
always.
they're resolved. So luckily we're live streaming again. And as you may or may not know, this is our second live stream in the new format. We're sort of testing our content formats, and today we're going to discuss the latest news from the tech industry and from the design industry. And so me and Alex have prepared a bunch of interesting news pieces and news articles to discuss, and hopefully you'll be glad to know more about what has happened in the past week in the tech industry, and learn a little bit more about online education and have some inspiration for the next week. So let's start discussing.
Yeah, let's just give a quick outline of what we're going to be talking about, what's on the list actually. So the first piece of news we're going to be talking about is that the WordCamp Europe, this year it is going to be happening online. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about Facebook, and it seems like every single week we keep talking about Facebook because let's just keep rolling things out and keep announcing new things. You know, last week it was about Facebook Shop, and if you haven't seen the a stream from last week, go and check this out because we've been talking about that as well quite a lot, and also got interesting responses from you guys in the comments, so make sure to check that out as well. Also today, yes, we're going to also share the article of the week. We're going to talk a little bit about education, and also the artist of the week, and we really want to make it like a recurring segment, so we will feature a new artist, like not a new artist but another artist every single week, to show you guys how diverse and how interesting the design community really is. So stick around if you're interested in any of that, and if you are rewatching the stream, there will actually be timestamps in the description or in the comments. Just find them somewhere down here under the video, and you'll be able to navigate across the video if you don't want to watch the whole thing. So let's start. The first one, you guys have been staring at this thing for quite a while, and you probably might have noticed that yes, WordCamp is going to be online due to, obviously, to the pandemic situation, right?
Can you give like a little update on what is WordCamp? Because, you know, like not many people may know about it. Like there may be people who may not know about it.
Like really?
Like,
our audience is mostly people who work with WordPress and Elements. Are you kidding? Okay, WordCamp is a conference. Well, actually, obviously, you guys can see this. This is a conference which gathers the people from around the world, and normally it is like in some country, in some city, in some country in Europe, where people just come together. People who work with WordPress, who develop plugins, themes, or just develop websites. This is sort of a conference where you can take part in, and what I personally love about all of these conferences is that these adorable mascots. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like every city, not every city, but every country, they have, in every country they have a different unique mascot, which like represents like the cultural, not stereotypes, but the characteristics of the country, something like that.
So when is it? Yeah, that's correct. When is it happening? Like it says 4th to 6th of June 2020, like for 3 days.
Yeah.
Is this like a usual format, like for 3 days, or was it like a longer period of time when it was offline?
If I'm not mistaken, it was like about the same. It was about the same, like the same period of time. You know, it wasn't like for 2 weeks or something. It was just several days. And actually, I think they might have, not they might have, but it could be extended, I think, due to the fact that it is going to be happening online. Maybe they could add a couple more activities to the, to the entire event, to make it longer, because it actually, because it is online and more people can participate, because you don't have to spend, money and time on, on the commute, on the process of getting there. To get there, you don't have to spend your time and money, and this is why more people can participate and more people could gain a lot more interesting, useful info and context and networking out of it, and you could actually make it a couple days longer if people are interested. And who knows really, but you can get a ticket, you can check the schedule over here. But we're just letting you guys know that, well, if you are planning to go to WordCamp, you probably already knew that they have moved it online. But still, if you guys didn't know that, and if you have never been to WordCamp before, then, well, I think this is a great opportunity, because really, I do think that now it actually makes it easier to participate in events like that. And I've actually seen a couple more conferences, like probably all of the conferences that have been planned to be happening somewhere on site, they have been moved online due to the pandemic thing, and it's actually pretty great, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the website, you can also check the sessions and the talks and actually the speakers. And so from what I can see, the setup, the lineup is quite interesting. And it, of course, dwells on the pressing issues in the IT world, like A/B testing, like content making, freelancing, and lots of interesting things. So we suggest that you should check it out, at least if you're not really into the WordPress. Still, there is so much else to know about what's going on in the IT industry. Okay, so moving on to the next news article. I think we've discussed WordPress fairly well.
Guess so. Hold on, let's move on. Next one. YouTube now tells you to go to bed. Here's how to set it up. Okay, in short, what is that, Irene? Could you like let us know in brief what that is? And I'm gonna just scroll the article a little bit.
So actually, for all those binge watchers who are in love with YouTube and binge watching on YouTube, they've rolled out like a new feature that can be set up by going to the settings, general, and remind me to take a break. And actually, you can choose a reminder from the app when it tells you and how many times it tells you that you need to take a break. And, like go have some coffee and just maybe do some exercises and rest from watching YouTube. So you can choose the reminders ranging from like 15 minutes to every 3 hours. And I guess that's very cool for those people who like forget how time flies when they watch videos on YouTube.
But actually, they had this reminder thing that lets you know that you've been watching YouTube for a bit too long. They've had this feature for a while already. This one is different as far as I can see. This one is different because it kind of repurposes this feature that they had for quite a while, and it actually lets you know when it is too late for such an activity as watching YouTube, something like that. It's like bedtime. It is better that you cut it off and go and have proper rest.
It reminded me of the like television where you can set the sleep time or whatever, and like it turns off in 40 minutes when you're like napping already. So yeah, I guess that's a good one.
Yeah, kind of. And well, it might seem like they're really caring about your well-being, about your health, that you get enough sleep or something. And it's
but still.
I tried to use this feature, like not the bedtime reminder, but that feature that they had for a while that sends you a notification that you've been watching for like 2 hours nonstop, for 2 hours straight, and you better take a break. And I've used this feature for a while, and it actually got pretty annoying because I noticed I was just dismissing it all the time and kept watching because I actually wanted to finish what I was watching, whatever I was watching. So I don't know how much value people can get from it, but for some people, definitely for younger generation who are growing up with this kind of technology, it is important that they know that they shouldn't overdo it, they shouldn't overuse it, and they should know the limits, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
So I think,
So moving on
yeah,
to the next
sorry,
one.
like taking too much time talking this one.
No, it's okay. I understand you're totally on point with this.
Not like it's very
So
relatable. Okay,
yeah,
now it is mashable.
absolutely. Yeah, Mashable. So I saw it just today and I added it to our agenda. And this one is called New Facebook app aims to bring back the phone calls. So, well, I know that there are a lot of people who hate phone calls, but actually, what Facebook just did is that they announced the launch of an app called CatchUp, which is actually free to download. And what it does is actually lets users know who's available for the voice chat and allows them to initiate one-on-one or group calls within the app. So you can call people now, not only message them or text them. And I don't know if this is like of huge value for a lot of people, but I guess that for someone who is really used to communicating via voice chats or voice messages or phone calls, this can be a huge relief because as you can see from the screenshots here, everything is well structured and you can actually like get through to a certain person you want to talk to and see if they're online or not. So basically, well, as for me, I don't really see like a lot of value in it, but maybe for someone this can be really a huge difference, like make a huge difference. What do you think? Do you like
Well, being honest, I do not really see a point. Well, that's a good thing. It's a good thing that such an option exists, because if you, for example, want to call someone who is not from your country, so you guys cannot talk to each other using your like local phone number.
yeah.
But we have WhatsApp, we have
Skype, whereby, whatever.
a huge range of apps that allow you to have both voice calls and video calls. Maybe we don't understand something about this particular one, but I don't really see a point in having an app where you only have voice calls. Like,
well, but actually, the article says that CatchUp is a part of Facebook's experimental division. So actually, I guess it's more like an experiment, and they just want to see if it really like booms, if this app is going to be a huge, like have a huge popularity among Facebook users, or if it's just like another app that flops. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what's going on with it and just like follow it.
Okay, we're gonna see. I don't know. But maybe it seems like you only will be able to contact the people who are on your contact list from somewhere already.
Yeah.
And it doesn't require you to have like a separate phone number. You just have to have an account on this app. So it works similarly to like WhatsApp. So the premise is pretty much the same. I don't really see a difference, but we're gonna see. We will see. I don't know. Could it be something like, like a joke or something? Because it just seems like very strange. To me personally.
It is. Yeah, to me as well. But it's not like it's April 1st, so.
Well, who knows? Maybe on like May 26th, they just decided, okay, let's roll out a joke or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely want to research a little more about this one, and we're going to see how it unfolds. But if you go on product hunts, you're going to see a ton of, just a ton of products that are being launched every day, and not all of them are necessarily making sense. Yeah. So let's just roll with it. Next one. I actually laughed at that like very hard.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be like too critical, and I don't want to sound mean and sound I don't want to dismiss the opinions of people who actually like this, because I know there are people out there who will like it and will say, yeah, it's great, but to me it just looks like something from, I don't know, like
2005.
2005.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought to myself when I saw these pictures. Well, if you, our viewers, remember, or if you have used ICQ, probably you know what I'm talking about. Because
Yeah,
once, like
the
in the middle
Stone
of
Age of the internet.
yeah, in the middle of 2000s, ICQ rolled out something like that, I believe, and they had those kind of avatars which you could customize and make them look like alike to your face or your body or whatever that was. I never used those actually. I don't know why, but those just creeped me off. So I was like, what is that?
Dude, these kind of look like you. I just found here this article.
Oh, lovely. Okay. But hopefully I'm not that creepy in real life, so
Not really. Like you're fine.
thanks. Whew.
Look, I
Yeah.
know they have Apple already have this sort of thing. They have these emojis, like
Emojis,
animated emojis. You can create your own avatar, and then it's going to
Mhm.
be like animated. So you can
I
send it to
actually
people,
use
and
those,
I
yeah.
know. And I know a couple of people who keep sending me these stickers with, with their
Yeah,
like their
they're things.
face or their avatar, like this portrait thing, like that
Yeah.
has you like part of your torso. And I'm like, dude, you're a weirdo, like really.
Why are
Okay.
you doing this? I guess that this is like the highest extent of self-love or something.
No, some people just find it hilarious. Some people find it funny, and I understand that. And like, it can be funny. You can laugh at that. Especially, it can be interesting. It kind of reminds me of those games, if you remember, like those how do you call them?
Sims?
Sorta. But I
Yeah.
actually thought of these like very lame online games where
Okay.
it was like very a very limited number of customization options. It was super lame. It was very ugly. But I used to play those when I was a kid, and I just got internet, and I was so excited that you can play a game in a browser online with other people, and you would create your avatar and go online and talk to people, and all the avatars were super ugly, and you could buy clothes for them. It was so it kind of reminds me of this thing. I'm sorry, like just sharing too much of my personal life here, but anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But still, you can create stickers with different emotions, so probably this is something that is gonna encourage people to stick around in these editors more and use stickers more as well. It's just, well, it's actually very very fun, and it can bring you nostalgia, like the feeling of nostalgia for those times. And I can see like people spending quite a lot of time making their own avatars and attaching like different emotions to it. Like it just looks fun, really, like very hilarious.
Yeah.
But I wish, the only problem I have with this, it's just my personal opinion, not saying they're generally like bad or something. This is not what I'm saying. Props to the artists, of course, definitely. But I wish there were like, the style of illustration that is popular changed quite a while over time, right? And okay, it seems like we're having, okay, it has to be fine now.
No, it's fine.
The internet was the connection, the speed was dropping a little bit, but now it seems to be fine. So what I was saying is that the style of the illustration that is like generally popular right now, it has changed quite a while over time, right?
Absolutely.
It changed quite a lot. And this style of illustration, it was super popular, like massively popular in like around 2005 2010, but it's like 10 years later, dudes, figure this out. No, just saying.
Maybe it's just like they are taking this retro style trend too far, and they believe that if you go back to retro style, retro illustration, which we actually, I guess, mentioned in one of our videos, then probably
then it's less risk. Right?
Yeah,
it's taking less risk.
Yeah.
So it's definitely. I do agree that these illustrations that are popular right now, this particular style, it's it's not the favorite one for every single person. Like a lot of people think that, well, it's too simplified. It's like some people say it's, if you take it like way too far, it's too stylized. It's too, I don't know,
unrealistic,
yeah,
cartoony.
like yeah. And a lot of people from general public who are not, of course, designers and illustrators, they're obsessing over these modern illustrations because they look so stylish. It's, just looks modern. But in general public, people for whom we designers and illustrators are actually making these things, not all of them are actually liking it. They actually do like these illustrations like we have here, which look more like people with proportional, more or less proportional faces, proportional face features, I don't know, hairstyles, more realistic hairstyles. Okay, yeah, you are right here. Definitely this makes a lot of sense. Okay, I do agree. All right, talking too long about this one, way too long.
Yeah. Let's switch to the article of the week.
Moving on to the next one. Actually, okay, we decided to ditch this one, but I'm gonna say a couple words about it, and we're gonna share the link somewhere in the description after the stream as well. And this one is like a sort of a retrospect on the last 25 years of technology, but it's not. Well, it's more like the development of the physical tech, like phones, television, TV sets, all the kind of thing, and also the internet, how we were growing in terms of our relationship with tech, because nowadays our relationship with cell phones is totally different than it was even like 10-15 years ago. So it's definitely an interesting article to check out. Irene, could you please drop me the link to it somewhere so I can comfortably share it in the chat? And now, the next one, the article which sounds okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just opened the Medium article and it doesn't let me read it. Okay, this is funny.
How do you measure the ROI of great design for real?
Yeah. It doesn't let me read it for some reason.
Oh.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to find a way. Okay, let's do that for now. Okay, could you say us a couple words about what this article is like? Just the premise of it, like a quick premise of it.
ROI means return, it stands for a return of investment. So actually, this is how much money you get out of the business once you've issued your launched your product or issued something to people publicly on the market. And this article actually tells how designers or how design project can actually be measured, and this ROI metric can be measured for a design project. And so this author, I just scanned the article because it's quite lengthy, but from what I can see, it's quite interesting, and I think I will get back to it and read more about this whole thing. But what I can see is that the author actually deliberates upon the business value of design and how to find some real steps to measure the return of investment. And he bases his research, of course, on different charts and graphs, and he shows the industry benchmarks here. So this is a standalone research that he's made for this article. And actually, this seems pretty exciting, and I believe that I'm going to be reading this after we finish with the live stream, because this is more on the marketing side of things, I believe, and on the business owner side of things. Like this.
Yeah, and I do want to say a couple words why this article is important, and why I think every designer and everyone who engages with this question of actually creating design for websites, etc., why you should read this kind of articles, right? It was also talking about web design, talking about product design, like all those types of creative work. I think it is important that we talk about it, because a lot of where to start is actually a very, very, very big and complex topic. And what I want to say, very briefly, I'll be very quick on this one, just not to take too much time on it, because I think it's always better to read it and understand it for yourself. But why should you read it? Why understanding the ROI, like the return on investment? Why is it important? It's not only important for the business owners who actually go and look for people to execute a great design for their product, websites, app, etc. But it's also important for the designers, since we're catering to designers and developers here, right? You as designers and as people who will actually bring the client's idea to life, why you have to understand that this is important. First, it's going to help you price your work, and it's going to help you negotiate with the client, right? If you understand the value of if you understand the value of the service, and if you understand the value of the results of your work that you actually deliver to the client, then you can negotiate better. You can explain to the client why you're doing things this way and why they cost that much. Why your experience actually matters, that you're not just drawing circles and put text in boxes, but you're actually making something that's going to bring money to your client in the future, like in a long-term perspective. This is why you have to study all of these things to be able to negotiate with your clients and to explain to them what this means, why this is important, why we should be doing this and not that. And knowing this, you will be able to explain your decisions better to your clients and actually be with them on the same page. Because we as designers, we mostly think, if this looking good, if this fits like the branding guideline, if this actually if this color is beautiful or not, is this font is beautiful or not, that kind of thing. But what we should be also thinking, I'm not saying that we have to dismiss those things, not at all. We have to add this like business thinking to our design thinking. This is what I think. And this is definitely going to help you stand out from the competition if you have this business-like approach, because the client, who is the business owner and who thinks about his business or her business, about their business first, they will definitely you'll be able to emphasize with them way better. Okay, moving on to the next one. Hold on, let me switch. To the next segment. And this will be not an article, you guys. This will actually be an app. And I'm personally very excited about this one. They're in Product Hunt now, so you can go and support them over there.
But what does it do? Like, can you tell a couple of words about it?
Definitely, I will. I'm super excited about this one. I'm someone who is very passionate about animation in general. And I actually started doing CSS animation. This is like a fun fact that I actually started out with, playing around with SVG animation with CSS and that kind of thing. And I got very fascinated by that. And only then I discovered that there was something else like After Effects, that kind of thing. So what it actually does is that, well, if you're familiar with the process of animating in CSS, you know that you first have to like state the name for your sort of sequence for your animation, and then you said like the interpolation, like easy or linear, and then you say like if it has to loop or not, if it's infinite or it's like playing back on the one time. And it was for some people who are used to working with visual interface, which actually allows you to see all of those little options that you are changing like visually. All of those things were done by the lines of code. What this thing does is allows you to bring all of those lines of code into a visual interface. I'm going to show you how. We'll click create an animation. It's going to bring you to, let's start. It's going to bring you to do this visual interface. I really probably think I'm not making any sense, but I'm actually showing people here how to work with this app.
Actually, today, I watched this new tutorial you've put together for Elementor and Lottie, and I believe this is something very similar to
not
what
at all.
you're...
Not at all. This is something different, but kind of close because we had to deal with keyframes there in the animation there, like in the first example of that blob animation thing. Okay, let's be very quick here. What this thing does is actually allows you to bring all of those settings, all of those parameters, all of those values here in this interface. And then you just, what you do is you just save that code that you've created. Here it is, and you just copy it and you paste it in your document wherever you need it, in Elementor, on your CSS sheet, doesn't matter. All right, what you do here is you set keyframes. You say add step, and you select like 10, then add another step like 50, and the steps like 0 is already added, and we'll need the step like called 100, and this is you created your steps. If you remember how they look in the keyframes section in CSS, you probably see that it makes sense. Here the duration, then the iterations, the delay, timing, it could be linear as well, but let's leave it at ease. You know, all of these things are now here in visual interface, and you can make a lot more sense out of them. For example, let's say we want to do this, then we wanted to move 50, okay, let's just do that, 50 pixels to the right. Okay, I think it will be better. So it's just way more visual, and I think that for many people it will be way easier to work with this kind of interface, because it makes way more sense. You can understand it way easier, and it doesn't take away from your, you know, coding abilities or something. What it does is just makes it so much easier. Okay, let's play this. So it's actually looking pretty bad, but never mind. You can see the points, right? And I'm not gonna spend too much time playing around with this, but you can see well, like the principle of this. You can even change like colors, the opacity, like if you bring it okay, let's click stop, and if we'll select this one, okay, and we'll bring the opacity to like very low, and here it will be like that, and you can see that it also changes. And you know, in my opinion, it's just great, especially if you're someone who is starting out and you're getting very frustrated with those keyframes and trying to make sense out of that all and forgetting all the options all the time. This is a great tool that you can use to make your like everyday routine very easy and very fast. Okay, now moving on. Next
okay.
one, right?
Next one.
Not gonna dwell on this one too long, because I get it, it's not interesting for everyone. Okay. Now, next guy, you pick this one. Can you say, wow, I'm loving it. This is great. Okay, you're into 3D stuff as well. I can see it. It's looking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you pick this guy? Can you tell us like a couple words why you picked this guy?
Well, because he does awesome isometric illustration and 3D illustration, and well, like to me, this looks very cartoony and very similar to those little games I used to play like as a kid when I like had my first PC bought, and so I guess it also kind of like looks kind of retro style, but at the same time it looks very modern, and you can see that it's high quality and it's so visually appealing that you just get lost in all of this magnificence and the vibrance of colors. And as you know, I love everything vibrant, so like this is my biggest problem, I believe.
Not a problem, just like a personal preference. Come on.
Yeah, but I just love
popular actually recently.
All those vibrant things. So yeah, that just caught my eye, and I was like, oh wow, what's there? Let's take a look.
It's looking awesome, I gotta say. It's looking really great. And also, what I love about these little things is that is when people document their process and they're actually sharing with the community, like how I made this, how I made that. It shouldn't be like a straight tutorial, like straightly a tutorial. And I have like a plastic kind of egg here. I don't know, just fiddling with it. And I love when people are sharing their process, and not in a way of a tutorial, but just, you know, taking people through different steps, through different iterations. For example, this was the first version of the character, but then I reworked it and I changed it this way, and I think this is better because this and because that. Just not Okay, not showing people how to make it, but showing your thought process and how you arrived at the final decision, that kind of thing. And he seems to be sharing a lot of this actually on YouTube.
Yeah, and
Works
I
in
just checked his
Blender.
channel.
Awesome. And I'm gonna check all of this out later because I'm a huge fan. Oh, from Futurama. Oh, this is funny. It was a very funny TV series. I loved watching it. Okay, this is looking awesome. From Witcher. It's definitely big and like popular trends in media. Like
Yeah.
a lot of stuff which was trending at some point in time, like Star Wars, like Witcher, a ton of stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of everything 3D, especially these kind of illustrations. I think they are great. They look awesome and they catch attention instantly once you look at them. Great one. This I just shared the link to this profile and to the next profile of the next artist we'll be reviewing in a second in the description. So if you guys are watching now or later, I encourage you to go and check that artist out. Now, next one. Why did you pick this artist?
Well, like I said, I love everything vibrant.
Okay.
Well, Julia has like a little bit different style. Yeah. As you can see, it's more like neon-y, kind of like neon colors, those vibrant electric blue and vibrant oranges and pinks and stuff like that. And what I love about this is how she presents these UI kits. And well, to me, that really catches the eye. I would probably use an app like this if it had a design by Julia, obviously. Websites, like I love the prototypes and everything that she's shared on her Dribble account, so yeah.
I'm loving the mockups. Out of everything, besides the like very, very creative approach to design, interesting solutions, as far as I can see, a lot of these are prototypes, so more not prototypes, sorry, like concepts, like personal work. Like personal projects, because there are projects for like Game of Thrones website, John Wick website, John Wick app, like this just your take on something that is trending right now in the moment, right? Your personal take, your vision of it.
And I just love those Game of Thrones concepts because I'm a fan of Game of Thrones series, and so it's very cool. Well, not that like a fan, but I loved it and I watched like every episode of it. So yeah.
Well, Julia is definitely great with color combinations. Also also very strong use of imagery. Loving it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Also the implementation of illustrations here, very nice touch, very nice minimalistic color palette. And the last one looks very modern, and it looks like, okay, it's a UI kit. First, it reminded me of Instagram. It looks very, very similar, especially that like the middle image, in the middle, in the center. Yeah. Just that bar at the top looks a lot like what they have, like stories, and also the post itself, like likes, comments, share. Just looks very, very similar. Interesting. Okay, this is great work. Thank you, Julia. We've linked your account in the description. Thank you for your work. Keep going. Great effort. Okay, now the last two entries in the last segment, we actually decided to bring in another segment we're considering to be doing in the future episodes as well, in the future live streams as well. If you guys like this one, let us know. And this one will be education, so you guys can up your skills and let's get to know and learn about more opportunities that you might have missed doing your own research, and maybe this live stream will bring this to your attention. What is that? Actually, add certifications for web designers to level up their resumes and stay competent. Sounds great.
Yeah. And I guess that for every designer, well, there is a point in their career where and when they need to get some additional proof or some additional credentials of their skills and abilities, because of course you can have like a portfolio and all those beautiful images, but sometimes people are getting very worked up about the paperwork and stuff like that. And they are like very they give a lot of meaning to those certificates, and probably one of the ways to combine the value and the pleasure of getting this certificate is by taking one of these certificates from different institutes, and like from Georgia Institute of Technology, from Google, and a lot of different entities that have made their names already in the world of marketing, in the world of design. And maybe it's just a fun way to like learn something new and show that you're also qualified in a different area, or in the area that is kind of very close to what you're doing. Because as you may or may not know, in our previous episodes, we talked about how it is important for a designer or a creative who starts out on different social platforms to be a little bit of a marketer and a little bit of social media manager. And so here on this list, for instance, you have an inbound marketing certification, you have like growth driven design certification from HubSpot, and these guys are like very big in the world of marketing. So I guess that this is all about like self-education, self-improvement, and if you're up to things like this, then probably you should check out this website and check out this list to learn more about what you could do with these certifications, and maybe get some additional credentials to get a better job or to get a job of your dreams.
Yeah. Okay. A couple words on this one, just very quickly. As far as I can tell, these the courses in this list can be split into three separate groups. Into three groups. The first one is where it is free to take the course, so free to learn and get all the information that's there, but you have to pay for the certificate that you've taken this course. You successfully like taken the course and passed all the tests, that kind of thing. The second type is where both the information, meaning the taking the course and the certificate, are both free, completely free of charge. This would claim them to be, for example, like Google Analytics individual qualification, free to learn, and also free certificate. Great one. Also, next one, growth driven design certification, free to learn and free certificate. Definitely check those out. You're not losing anything, you're not investing anything. Those are free. And also the third type is, the third type is where you have to pay for the course, right? Paid
like
course along with certification, like at least one, at least two of these that I can see is the number 6 and number 7 are the totally paid courses, and definitely you can always go and check out what they have in the course, read the testimonials, that kind of thing. But for the people who are I think that this kind of courses is most suitable for people who are looking to be more like generalists in their field, who don't want to, or haven't really decided yet what
path to take.
What path to take, or what to specify in, I would say, because even as a designer, you can be doing so many different things, or you can specify doing one thing. Like you can be a specialist in one thing, or you can be doing multiple things in multiple aspects of design, let's say. Yeah, definitely. So I think that for generalists, this is a great thing to try something new. Of course, if you're a specialist, you would rather stick to your trade and just deepen your knowledge and to being in the process of upping your skills in that specific area that you want to specialize in. But for people who are looking to, know more about different areas, to kind of put it all together and make up a great professional and very versatile professional, right? For people who want to be wearing many hats, let's put it that way. This is a great opportunity, definitely. I would love to, just have a look at some of these, but I can see that most of these are more like introduction to something, or essentials of something, or basics of something, right? So many of these will be great to start with a certain, let's say with a certain direction that you want to take, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last one, and it was actually my pick. I picked this one. First, I found it on Words, and the Words, who they are and what they're doing. They're actually praising great design, and this website actually was, this featured on Words, and definitely they were. Okay, here you can see the marks, and they were sort of, kind of trying to. They were estimating how good the design is. This is what Words does, how usable it is, like the let's say, the level of the usability and the quality of design. This is what they do. But I just found this website in itself to be a great resource for people who want to learn photography.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And to me, it is a combination of both, of great engaging. Oh shoot. How to do that? Sorry, I tried to navigate across the website using the keys, like the arrow keys, but you better do it with your mouse scroll.
Yeah.
Just use mouse wheel. Don't try anything there. Just don't. Just my mouse wheel is like, it's very loud. This is why I wanted to use the arrow keys. Sorry. If you can hear the sound, I'm very sorry. Okay. So what this website is teaching you is what all of these things are: aperture, shutter speed, ISO. For people who know something about photography, these are totally making sense. But for someone who's a newbie and is taking, you don't have to be working, you don't have to use a DSLR or professional camera to, to have to be acquainted with these terms, because as far as I'm concerned, you can install an app on pretty much any modern cell phone, which enhances the ability of your built-in camera by giving you some additional settings. And in most cases, these settings will be these. At least one of these, at least two of these. Yeah. But these are sort of the basics of how the camera works, right? If it's a mirrorless camera, if it's a DSLR, even if you're doing anything in 3D or in After Effects, let's say, and you are setting up a camera, you will at least see that the property called Aperture, at least this one. So even with like fake cameras in 3D, you will have to deal with these terms. Okay, and this website teaches you about all of these in a very easy to understand way, and very, like, using illustrations. I'm scrolling through the site now, and you can see how they're explaining Aperture. They explain that the farther the object is from the lens, the more blur it's going to have if you turn down the aperture. Okay, am I making sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, here, and they're explaining what the values mean. Like, the lower the value, the more blur in the background you're going to have. See, the big aperture and the small aperture. Well, meaning the smaller the number, the more blur you're going to have. But it is actually called big aperture if the number is small. It doesn't make any sense, but this website is doing a better job at explaining it than I do, because I know all of these things, but I'm very bad at explaining them. So make sure to check this website out, and I'm gonna stop embarrassing myself because I'm very bad at teaching, apparently. All right, this was the last one for today, and I'm gonna just scroll to the top. So we have this very beautiful and colorful image rolling in the background as we say our finishing words for this live stream, because we're about to finish it. It has been almost an hour. This is horrible. This is taking way too long, and we have to tune down on the amount of information we want to uncover in this live stream. So what do you think about that? And what do you guys think about that also?
Well, I believe that, it's so much to tell about, and next time I guess we'll make sure to pick some very, very important news and not dwell on insignificant ones, I believe. But all in all, this has been quite entertaining and this has been fun, especially with your comments.
What?
Because,
What's up
yeah,
with my comments?
no, they're fine. It's just, it's so fun to discuss these things with you because you always come up with some real
Something
life
dumb to
stories.
say? Okay. Yeah, I know.
Okay. So yeah, but guys, if you liked this live stream and if you want to say something about it, just uh, say hello in the comment section below and suggest
Actually,
something more to us.
a couple people did say hello in the live chat, and I'm sorry that I just noticed that.
Give them a
So
shout out. Come
giving a
on.
shout out to you, with the first guy who said hello in the very first minutes of the stream, but I didn't notice. Shame on me. I'm so feeling so bad for that. Brief Gaming, loving it. I'm gonna check out his channel later because I'm a big fan of video games. And then, okay, I'm not gonna try and pronounce the name because I'm just too afraid of butchering it. I'm just hi. This is all I'm going to say. Sorry. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I really hope you learned something interesting from all that, chattering and ranting forever that we had like on this stream today. And we promise that next time is going to be more boiled down to something that is, very crucial for you to know. But okay, because during the week, we always come across some really cool stuff that we want to share with everyone, and we understand that it's probably impossible to like squeeze everything in like 30-20 minutes of a stream. This is why, we gotta be, gotta throw some things out of there. Just leave only the most important, the most valuable things. Definitely. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining in on this stream, and I hope you enjoyed it. Even if you didn't, just let us know why, and we will have a look at your comments. We'll read all the comments everywhere if it's in the live chat. Well, yeah, at least Irene does. Or if it's in the comments, and we always respond to them, and we always take all the criticism and all the positive feedback, negative feedback, if there is any negative feedback. We're so perfect, there can be no negative feedback. I'm just joking, obviously. But you guys, we're looking forward to hearing back from you what you think about this initiative, about this idea. We're going to be doing this for a while, and we're going to see how you guys are liking it. So let us know in the comments. Make sure you just give us some sort of feedback if you've been watching the stream on the replay or live. Okay.
If you're new to our channel, please subscribe. You know where to hit.
I always forget about that.
Because we get watched by a lot of people, but very few of them are subscribed. So please do us a favor and subscribe, because we love making content for you, and we really, really want you guys to subscribe to learn more about web design and how cool you can actually make your site look with the help of Elementor, and great tutorials made by Alexandra.
Great tutorial.
Yeah. Absolutely, they're awesome. So I suggest you should check them out. And also don't forget to check out TemplateMonster.com, because there you will find lots of great resources for web design, website templates, WordPress themes, and lots and lots of graphics resources. And we are going to take in more vendors and expand on the number of our products and our items. So we suggest and encourage that you should check out the possibility of submitting your work to our marketplace if you're interested in earning a few bucks. So
a few.
Yeah. Well, not a few.
You can earn quite a lot if you are persistent,
well, actually,
if you're
yes.
hardworking, like.
So,
I think this is a great opportunity. It's not, even though some people say there is no such thing as passive income, but it's still kind of nice to do something once and watch it bring you money like month after month after month. I think it's just pretty nice.
As for the passive income, I checked yesterday and we got like 30 subscribers on that video. So
Stop spilling the beans, dude. You're like literally giving away all the personal info that we have. Like there's nothing personal on the internet. Stop doing that. But yeah, we recently made a video about that, and how many views it get?
About 2,000, I believe. Maybe a little less.
Okay, that's very few. Like, just topic is lame. I think it's been like way too many videos on the internet about that thing. Like it's just too tired. It's a very tired topic.
Like you like saying the market is saturated.
Oh yeah. But this topic is tired. It's worn out. There's nothing to talk about anymore. This is why, probably. But yeah, we did our take on the passive income topic, the passive income for designers. And if you guys are interested in that type of thing, you might consider checking that out. And stop shamelessly plugging our videos in everything we make. Just
come on, we're working on them. So we at least have our 5 minutes of fame.
5 minutes of lame stuff. Just stop. Okay. I think we're just casually chatting over here while some people might still be watching it. Okay, weird. Let's do it off stream. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I think we'll be wrapping this up, and I really do hope that you enjoyed this little live stream with these little pieces of information, pieces of news, pieces of inspiration, and hopefully useful info that I will put together for you this week. Next week we're going to be here around this time. We don't promise the exact time and day because things might change. Life is unstable nowadays. You can't be sure of anything. This is why we're gonna see you guys next week, sometime next week. I won't be promising anything, right?
Right.
But
we'll make sure to see you soon. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, wait for an announcement, and an announcement it's gonna come soon next week. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you around.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.